Yo.
What up?
What up, though?
What we on? 79.
79. Let's go, man.
Let's go, man. Welcome back, everybody. The Carbon Footprint. He's Juan and I'm Sean. And every week we get together, have a few drinks, talk about things going on in the world, try to focus on things making an impact, whether they be good, bad, or otherwise. What is on the menu for today?
Yo, what are we calling this first off?
That's a great question, man, because the name that I saw, I mean, and obviously we modify like we always do.
Mm-hmm.
The name that I saw, I didn't like. So I don't know. It's kind of red. There's grapefruit in it.
It's very tangy and delicious.
It's
Yo, this is like, bro, we made something for the ladies today, or really anybody who have a drink with a pinky up.
I've been called out on that a few times.
Bro, this is a white girl's brunch dream right here, bro. We getting our white chicks on. Yeah, we getting our white chicks on hard today, bro. This is, I mean, we on some Britney, bro. Aperol. So we did Aperol. Was it 111? Well, it was supposed to be.
It's supposed to be 111.
We slightly modified the recipe. So we did about 2 ounces of grapefruit juice.
Yep.
Of freshly squeezed grapefruit juice. We did 2 ounces of the Aperol, and then we did 2 ounces of rosé. But don't just pick any rosé, people, because some of it is whack. We did this Luc Belaire. Stuff is delicious.
Shout out to Rick Ross.
Yeah, rosé.
Put me on to the Bel Air rosé.
And it's just those three things. That's it. And
and we took fresh grapefruit.
Yes. And
we actually got some good red grapefruit, sliced it up and freshly squeezed it, and then we garnished it with what do you call that? The skin. The
skin of the grapefruit. We might call this one the white girl wasted.
I like it. I like it.
Bro, bro, I felt super feminine having this, but it's delicious.
It's delicious, damn it. So just drink it and shut up.
I am. I'm like 15 in, talk about it's kind of feminine. So shout out to all the ladies that love brunch and all the guys with the pinkies up. We appreciate y'all.
No, this shit is good, man. I think we're on like number 3 or 4 of these.
Yeah, this stuff's
something
good,
like that.
Yeah, we did a different one before this, which we'll have to do, which is equally as good with the orange juice and stuff. But this one hit, man. The
only thing different about that one was the only similarity is they both had the Bel Air rosé.
The rosé.
And but we'll do that on another episode.
Yeah, we will, man.
All right, man. What you got for your carbon footprint?
Yo, man. Listen, in a change of your boy might be turning a new leaf. At least for today. At least for today. I actually have a positive carbon footprint, man. I saw this story, man.
That's temporary.
It really is, bro. I'm gonna go back to being an asshole in about 3.5 minutes, people. Yo, my carbon footprint is weak, bro. It's this 9-year-old boy, man.
Okay.
His name is Demetrius Maurice Davis Jr. Or like his family first name is Lil D. But dude, Lil D is the CEO of a company called Our Brown Boy Joy. Okay. And it's a plush doll line for young black boys. So he's taken like, man, I'm trying to find like the word to use. I guess victims, man, of crimes or like shootings of unjustified, so and turned them into dolls, like almost like Cabbage Patch Dolls, but for boys. It's super cool, man. So he's got like these little black.
I'm looking at this picture, and for those of you who are not watching the YouTube video, we bought my son one of my sons is really into plush toys, right? My wife actually did. She bought him one, and it's funny. It's kind of creepy. On one side, it's her face. And if you flip it, it's mine.
That's creepy as fuck.
It's creepy. But it was a good picture, damn it.
Oh, man. So the whole line, dude, is he's honoring young black youth who've been killed. And, man, this quote from this little kid, man, this 9-year-old boy, and his mom helps him run the company as well. But he says, I want the world to think good things about brown boys. We aren't bad or mean or trouble. We're smart, fun, and creative. And so he wanted to have a toy that sort of exemplified that, and to give other boys his age, and obviously did that example or that feeling, because he realized like, yo, we don't have representation in the toy world or the plush world, or we've had conversations here, dude, even about like the Miles Morales thing, about, obviously both of us as fathers of brown kids.
That's exactly what I thought of.
Yeah, I mean, it's something they don't have a lot of representation in the world. And again, we've talked about how like my son gravitates to say Miles Morales because obviously he can sort of relate.
Right.
Not sort of. He can. So just to see this, man, I saw this story. I thought it was so cool, man. Just reading this kid's background and why he did it, and just to see the pictures of him. And
you know what's the only fields where you could say that they have sort of quote unquote positive role models, and I say that none of these are really role models. It's in sports, yeah. Fighting, you know, boxing, whether it's MMA, you know, football, baseball. Right. And those guys to me are like, they're not role models, but it's the only thing that they sort of have to look up to. Like I said, you go out and you buy toys or you buy, you know, plush and stuff like that. It just, there's not much representation.
No, not at all. He said, if you're in those communities, man, your only way out, quote unquote, is sports or music. And then that's pretty much it. You don't have a whole lot of positive role models in the business world, in the toy world, and all the things that I think we'd sort of take for granted, maybe, depending on sort of your demographic. I don't know that we've ever realized, you know, like how much these things can influence like a young boy growing up, right? Like seeing someone that looks like you doing something, I think is huge. So, man, yeah, just watching the videos of him and watching his pictures and just seeing sort of his man, just how positive he is and how cool he wants to do this. And, you know, the toys are supposed to be sort of gender neutral and all this stuff. Like, he's so sort of in touch with what's going on right now and wanting to sort of make a positive impact at 9, man. I thought that was so wild, man. That was so cool. And I was thinking about my son, who's 8. Just, you know, you have something like this where I go, you know, my son's into plushes and so is my daughter and all that stuff. And I go, yeah, that would be something that they would see. And it would certainly be like, oh, wow, that's, you know, that looks like me.
Yeah. So that's awesome. So where are they based out of?
Where are they based out of? Cleveland.com. So I wonder if they're in Ohio because the interview was with Cleveland Metropolitan School District. Yep. So, yeah, he's from Ohio.
That's cool, man. And what's his name?
His name is Demetrius. Oh, no. Yeah, Demetrius Maurice Davis Jr., man.
And then how do we get one of these dogs?
So I think right now you can go on his website or just Google. I'm going to give you Our Brown Boy Joy is the plush toy line, and it doesn't have the website address here. Why doesn't it have the website address?
Google it, people.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go Our Brown Boy Joy. Google that. Make sure it pops up. I thought I had the link, so yeah, it's not on here, man. But I have pictures here of what the boxes look like and sort of him with the dolls and like the different collections and stuff. Super cool, man. And they retail, again, man, they're pretty reasonable. He says the response has been awesome, and the dolls sell for $49 to $59 each, depending on the doll, which is, I mean, probably in the realm for dolls these age of that sort of caliber. Oh, actually, I have it. I have the link. Hold on, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. OurBrownBoyJoy.com.
There you go.
You have it. So yeah, make sure you guys visit OurBrownBoyJoy.com. He's got a whole narrative in there. He's got pictures of him, the story. He's got videos up. The box comes with sort of all this inspirational stuff and the story behind the doll and the company. Yeah, so definitely hit that up, man. That's awesome, man. Shout out to Demetrius.
Shout out. Yo, let me tell you who don't care about brown and black people. That's right, folks. I'm going negative this week.
It's not George Bush, is it?
No, Kanye. Yo, my carbon footprint and the negative carbon footprint, in my opinion, goes out to New York City Mayor de Blasio. This dude opened up the country's first legal shooting galleries. And no, people, I ain't talking about the Second Amendment. I'm talking about like shooting up drugs. Like, he opened up 2 places in Manhattan. And it's obviously in the poorer areas. He has one in East Harlem, and he's got one in Washington Heights. So you're talking about areas that are predominantly brown and black. And so he's got these things, and they're supposed, obviously, I think the intent behind it was good. I don't say that it's not good. It's supposed to be to prevent overdoses, which, by the way, they've already had a few.
At the facilities?
Oh, yeah.
So I wonder why.
So It's also like a safe haven for addicts. So they actually supply clean needles and social services, but you got to bring your own shit.
Oh, they don't even provide the drugs?
No.
That's hilarious.
You got to bring your own drugs, right?
So then there's no ensuring that the dosage is correct, that you don't go too many times or any of that stuff. Like,
well, clearly not. Like I said, they were overdoses. None of them that killed anyone. So they were able to sort of help them.
Because this is opioids, right?
Yep.
It's opiates. So it's prescription drugs. It's not like heroin.
No. It's heroin too.
Oh, you can go get shot up with heroin?
Yep.
You just got to bring your
heroin laced with fentanyl, like whatever, man.
Yeah, but
like,
that's what I'm saying. So they're not even testing or providing you with the stuff. So you could be taking something that's
bring
garbage.
your stuff.
Wow.
And we'll provide you with, services.
It only took white people being addicted to something for us to try to legalize a place where they could go do it in a safe space.
And then, bro, like
that would never happen for crack.
Not for nothing, dude. So East Harlem and Washington Heights, not saying that those are they're not the best neighborhoods, right? So you don't live in the best neighborhoods, and then now you have places for drug addicts to come and like converge, and like what word am I looking for? It's like all of them come to the same place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, if you live there, are you not pissed? If I lived in Washington Heights, I would be mad as hell, bro.
Yeah,
like put them for real, bro. If you can do that shit, and I'll just throw a name out there, but it's like put them on fucking Randall's Island. You know what I mean?
Put it out sort of like in the outskirts.
Yeah, like why would you put it in the residential area? So like Randall's Island is a place that has there's like a psychiatric hospital over there, but there's also a shitload of baseball fields and soccer fields, and it's all kind of there's a place where you can go and have fucking picnics, and so it's a nice area, but it's not residential. Is my point.
Yeah, I guess you have to make it accessible for maybe
it is. There's a walking bridge from Manhattan over to Randall's Island. Listen, fuck out of here.
Heroin makes you sleepy, bro.
And like we don't want them staying over here.
Yeah, you ain't going on some long walks. Yeah, bro. I saw the story and I was like, first of all, man, it's hysterical how has New York legalized marijuana recreationally yet?
I want to say yes, but no. I want to say
not
no.
recreationally.
No,
they
right? It's medical.
But
that's right.
They did the medical. But then, as soon as the opioid crisis, which impacts more, I don't want to say white, but yeah, white, but also upper class citizens. Dude, like you think, heroin's sort of the let's take that to the side for a second. All the opioid shit, it's usually, it's not, you're not talking about poor, like trailer park trash whites. Like you're talking about the gamut of stuff, right? Like I know plenty of people who have a prescription drug problem who are doing okay in life, I guess, from a socioeconomic perspective, right? Like, I was furious that I go, oh yeah, so now you're like, oh, we should really help these people.
Tell Troy he should really stop. Tell him it's time to lay it down.
It's time to go. Yeah, bro. And the Blasio is, I can't take him fucking serious, bro, because he looks like a leprechaun. And then he's like,
yeah, I think he looks like Herman Munster.
Plus, you already know I got a problem. I can't respect any guy under 5'9". So automatically he's out. And he's tiny, bro. You ever seen they put him on podiums and shit during the debates, bro?
He looks tall as hell.
Nah, bro, because he's on a podium all the time, bro. I think, is it de Blasio, the little one? Or is it, no, I'm thinking of Bloomberg, bro. Is it Bloomberg who's the little one? I don't know. One of them
I don't think de Blasio's little, but I don't know.
Little,
I'm trying not to pay attention to that.
You know what? De Blasio pissed me off during the whole COVID shit, and then doing this, I just
I get the intent.
Yes, I get the intent for sure.
But I go, man, like, why? Like, if I lived in one of those neighborhoods, I would be fucking pissed.
Oh yeah, bro.
Well, it's like we already had drug addicts.
Yeah,
now you brought more. Yeah, you told them all to come here.
You gave them a convention
every day.
Every day.
They ain't buying shit from the stores.
So this is going to be, I guess, government funded indefinitely for the moment?
It's nonprofit, actually, man. There's two nonprofits that are running it. New York Harm Reduction Educators and Washington Heights Corner Project. But yeah, it is. I believe it's state funded.
Man, I would love to hear from other people who's like sort of this idea. who came up with this idea and maybe their thought process behind it, because there's so many flaws in this plan, bro. Like you said, dude, the real estate part is like the bottom of the thing. I mean, actually, it's not, because it leads to so many unintended consequences. Like you said, now, so property values go down, people start to sell, no one can move there. Like, what does that do to that area? Does this area then become a poor socioeconomic?
It's already.
Yeah, but does it get worse?
It doesn't get worse.
And then, yeah, like you're just basically kicking the can down the road. You're just, sort of. I wouldn't even call this a Band-Aid, man. It's like one staple on a gunshot wound kind of thing. It's like,
yeah, man.
I don't know, man.
So,
listen, if I were him, I'd be more worried about trying to figure out COVID shit than, solving the opioid.
You seen this Omicron, right? Is that how you say it?
I call it Omarion because that's what the internet kept calling it. And
I haven't heard that.
Oh, you haven't, bro? They had all these memes of B2K and the dude from Omarion doing like his music videos, and they would replace the virus shit. Bro, there's one that's fucking gold. I gotta send it to you, man. But yeah, I call it the Omarion variant.
Now this thing is supposed to be like highly transmissible, right? But I didn't see that there was like the symptoms aren't any worse or.
Yo, why are we shocked that this thing gets stronger?
Well, no
we
shit.
keep building up resistance
right?
against a virus, and the virus goes, oh yeah,
the flu does it every year.
Exactly, and we're like, oh, it's worse now. It's like, no, duh, bro. Like that's what a virus does.
Somebody mentioned it to me the other day. A family member, and I was like, I don't care. I was like, I don't care. And the fucking Omicron,
I don't.
Fucking Voltron, whatever the next variant is, man. Megatron. I don't care, bro. Megatron.
We going out.
DeSantis said this shit don't exist in Florida.
That's my president. I can't vote for him. He's under 5'9". Yo. I don't know, man. This is shit. I haven't looked up anything other than seeing the headlines about the Omicron thing, whatever. Like, I don't even know what it. All I know is it gets transmitted, I guess,
easier. Yeah. But supposedly, right? Like the existing vaccines should work well against it. So now they're kind of pushing the booster shots. I'm not getting that, bro.
Fuck that, bro. Dude, before we get completely off the drug shit, do you see the homeboy that found the 70 pounds of cocaine off the coast of the Florida Keys?
No.
Some good Samaritan, and I'm going to use that shit loosely.
So he found it like floating?
It was just floating in the ocean, bro. He was out there, and he found 70 pounds of cocaine. The street value of 70 pounds of cocaine is it's about $1 million, and he called it in.
Dude, so, and I'm trying to think of myself, right? So I find that I'm going to have to call some dudes that I haven't talked to in a long time.
Yeah, are you turning that shit in, bro?
I don't think so, man, but I don't know. Yes, I do. Yes, I know.
Yeah, you do.
I just
know somebody who knows somebody.
I just figured out who I was calling.
Yep.
I was just thinking, like, man, I don't know who I would call. Man, I have to call somebody to call.
You know somebody.
Yep.
We know somebody. We all know somebody, bro. 70 pounds of weed, and he called it in, or of not weed, of cocaine, and he calls it in to the, and just they're like, oh yeah, thanks to this guy, we were able to recover. What a dumbass, bro.
I wonder, how does that get there? Like, are you like in one of those like crop duster planes? It's just too heavy, so they push out a bag.
Yeah, or the boats. You're on those speedboats, and then you got to start pushing shit out to get it faster because you're probably on the run from Coast Guards.
Oh, yeah.
So you got to start unloading. Don't ask me how I know. So you got.
You ever seen Blow?
Yeah, I got it from Blow. But you got to start unloading weight, and so bro, there's people who tie it, like they weigh it down in the ocean and keep it in certain places, and then there's like drop off points. So you take crates, you weigh it down. Somebody goes to like whatever the coordinates of that, picks it up, whatever. So if you're meeting like halfway, but it could have been anything, man. Really.
Yeah.
Either way, bro, you know what is not going? Back to the feds, dog.
But I would imagine, man, if you're like, an upstanding citizen, and you don't have friends in low places, then like, what do I do with this? Or you go, if you're in a position where you go, yeah, like I'm not willing to risk anything. What if the guy already had money, right? So the street value's a mill, but the guy's already maybe a few millionaire. He's already a millionaire.
Yeah.
And you go like, yeah, not worth it.
Nah, you walk by $20, bro. You're not bending over to pick it up. I don't care how much money I got, bro.
Well, it just depends on how much shit is on that $20 bill. No, seriously, right? So like, if the $20 bill is underneath a pile, like a sick pile of dog shit, you still grabbing it? Nope.
No, of course not. But
somebody will.
But I'll be honest with you, I would do this over the dog, because also it's not worth the $20, right? But dude, if you have $5 million in the bank, this is still 20% of your net worth or of your cash. That's a lot of money, bro. $20 to most of us is like a fraction of a fraction.
Yeah.
Of a fraction.
Yes. Yeah. Agreed. Okay, so if it's $100 in the dog shit, like what's the point that's making you dig through the dog shit?
How old am I? There was a point in time where I would have done some lowly shit for $100.
It was yesterday.
Ooh, what time of the day? I was having a low point in the morning. I might, bro.
You know what I mean? Like I think you get to a place in life where you go, it's just not worth it. Like I don't care.
I'm gonna let you know when I get there. Because
most of us are not.
70 pounds, bro.
No, I agree, man. Yeah. I agree with you.
Even if you go like, yo, I don't want to deal with the headache for the mill.
Right.
Give me $500K. I just found this floating.
Right.
I feel like if I can just do this all in one transaction, unload, or be like, yo, here, take it, and then pay me when you unload it or whatever, like give it to somebody. I'm doing it, bro. This is not going, bro. Back to the feds. It's most definitely not going back to the feds. I was so disappointed in this guy. I never met him. I was so sad reading the story, bro.
Yeah, but no, I'm thinking that the guy's retired. He's probably partially well off, and he's going like, yeah, I'm not dealing with that. I'm good.
I'm so disappointed in him, bro. It stings, bro.
Dude, let me tell you what could have probably happened to him. There was a dude that served 43 years in prison for triple murder in Missouri. This guy was African American. This is back in '79. The guy got convicted. So, and he was arrested on a hunch, and the eyewitness that pointed them out basically got pressured to pick this dude.
That was all the evidence they had on him?
Yeah, so they had so there was no physical evidence that linked him to the crime.
To 3, though? Not even 1. Triple?
70s, bro.
Fuck me, bro.
All you had to be was black.
Damn, bro.
So in this instance, the guy's name is Kevin Strickland. And anyway, he gets wrongfully accused. The person that wrongfully accused him, it kind of haunted her throughout the years. And so, like, her dying wish, like her kids carried it out, was to come clean about this shit, because this guy was fucking in jail.
She knew this whole time,
well,
bro?
She picked, yeah, bro. But I told you she was pressured into picking this dude.
No, but I mean, obviously,
right. Yeah, no. It's all kind of fucked up, right?
Yeah, so it wasn't even like a maybe. It was like a she knew.
She knew this dude wasn't. Yeah.
Oh my god, bro.
So they come for
dead already. I'd be mad.
Yeah, she's
kill
dead.
her too, bro.
So, but her kids came forward in her, for her wishes, and so the guy got released, and they put a GoFundMe page. Yeah, they raised $1.6 million for this guy.
Is that enough, bro?
No, but
how old is he?
I don't know. But you figure if he was probably he's probably in his 20s.
So he's probably mid-60s.
He's probably 60s.
Bro.
But if you had to serve and you come out and you got 1.6,
bro.
It's probably better than most at his age.
If I serve 40 some years in prison and you let me out like on that, you know what I'm doing when I get out, bro? I'm murdering people, bro. Like for real, I'm earning it. Like you're so disconnected from society at that point, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you're so disconnected.
You don't
from
even
society.
know what to do.
You've thrown your life away. Sure, the 1.6 million helps at 60 some years old. You figured you could live the rest of your life and never work, but you wouldn't know what to do with yourself, man.
Yeah,
like
you've
just
seen
getting reacclimated.
What's that movie? Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah,
right, where the guy ends up hanging himself because he comes out and he's like I don't know what to do.
I don't know what to do.
I used to have 3 square meals a day, and I knew people, and he knew the society in the system.
Yeah, he knew what it was like to.
He knew where to get what he needed, and whatever, how to survive there. And out here, he didn't know how to survive, and ends up killing himself.
I just talked to someone who spent about a decade in.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you off air who, but like, and they told me when I asked them, like, it was like it's weird. They're like, I was like, one of the things they told me was
weird
like,
being out.
Yeah.
Okay.
They told me they were in a store. I want to say, let's just use Walmart as an example.
Okay.
And that like, shopping with family, and they were like, yeah, just grab whatever you like from there, like whatever, we're gonna be in this aisle sort of thing. And he was like, the idea that I could grab whatever I wanted and how much of it I wanted was so crazy to me. It felt wrong. I was overwhelmed. Because there I'm used to like, hey, you have this commissary, you can only have X amount of this. You
it's
can
almost
do
like
that.
rations.
And it's like, wait, I can go to the store like now, like when I want to, like, or I can go for a walk, like outside, like that. Like he goes like being in charge of my own time didn't feel right.
Right.
He did a decade. Like he's like, I didn't know how to carry on. Like about, it's almost like he was like looking around to be told like, can I go to the bathroom? Can I do this? Can I do that? So can you imagine spending 40 something?
No, I couldn't, bro.
Like,
yeah,
bro, I'm murdering people.
That's a great point, bro.
I'm murdering people, bro. I'm not murdering like nice people. Somebody getting the smoke, bro. 40 something years, bro.
Dude, I knew of a guy that actually liked the structure better in jail. So when they would let him out, he would just do stuff to go back in. Because he was like, no, like in there we have structure. I get three square meals a day. I know how to function better in there than I do out here.
That's, dude, I can't. Man, do you think the amount of people? I know the Innocence Project works on this a lot, but the amount of people, dude, is there a group in today's society that had it more difficult, I would say, than any black man born? Bro, let's just go like 40s and 50s to now. You could probably include the 60s in there. You think about what your life was like as an adolescent, as a teen, maybe early sort of adult years, and then to see it sort of get better now, but not really. Like get better from a structural perspective, but maybe not perception.
Well, I can tell you, man. My father was born in 1929, so even having discussions with him, even as a kid, so say like a 12, 13-year-old kid, maybe into teenage years, his mentality of, I would just go on and say like the white man, and no, the guy did not hate white people and whatever, but he did have a perception of them that essentially he would never get a fair shake. And that carried on through, and it would be, he would make comments about things, and I would tell him like, oh, it's not really like that now. But I can be empathetic to him, to going like, I can't imagine what it's like to grow up the way you did, to grow up through segregation, to grow up during a time when you're trying to get equal rights and they're trying not to give them to you.
Dude, you think about, some of these guys went to school, like you said, with people going like, you don't belong here.
Right.
And spitting at you and yelling at you and doing all this stuff. And
that shit doesn't go away, bro.
It doesn't, dude. Like you've been conditioned to go like, no, you guys were forced to let me in here, right? And this is, I say you guys, it's just a sort of a collective of like at the time, right, a specific community. But like that doesn't just go away, bro. That burrows into there, and so you always sort of have that living with you. I forget who it was, man. I think it was D.L. Hughley or somebody had this great like. it was talking about one of these like school shooters from recently, and like the excuses like I was being bullied, and he's like, bitch, like go talk to like my dad or like my grandfather who were being spit on and shot on, who weren't allowed to be in the same school and yada yada. You know what they didn't do? They didn't go shoot up a fucking school.
Yeah,
like they were bullied. Like you want to talk about somebody hurt your feelings, bro? Like yeah, we're like the last. It's crazy if you think about it, dude. That
true.
The path that that the black community has had, very rarely have you seen a retaliation from a violent format in any public space. If you think about it, man, like our joke always all the time is
they kill each other.
Yeah, yeah. It's so weird, man. Yeah, I don't know, man. But fuck, man. I didn't mean to go down that whole rabbit hole with that, but I feel like that poor guy isn't the only guy who's out right now. There's got to be thousands of people in prison from that time frame, man, who you said who just somebody was pressured into, or they had very little evidence, but just enough to some jury of white.
You got to convict somebody.
Yep.
He looks guilty.
That shit sucks, man. I can't even imagine that, bro. Fuck that.
Ooh. Bro, let me hit you up with this, man. I don't even know which one I want to hit you with.
They both so good.
This one, and actually this kind of plays into what we just talking about as far as perspectives on different things. This Indian mom, okay, so this is in India. Let me see if I get the place right. Madhya Pradesh in India.
Okay.
A leopard. So this lady lives in a place where it's like an open area where people live among like free roaming animals. Okay, so she's in like this hut.
Okay.
This leopard comes in there and grabs her kid.
Yo, just so that I understand. I want to make sure I'm following. Leopard as in the giant cat?
Yep.
Okay.
So this leopard comes in there, grabs her kid, and hauls ass. She chases this thing, and then the other villagers start to chase this thing. Chase it for like a half a mile.
They chase a leopard?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And it drops the kid eventually. Right? And so all is well. Like the kid has some puncture wounds, whatever, but it's going to be fine. And I thought about this, man, and I go, those people have real shit to worry about. They have like primal shit to worry about. Like, guess what they're not worried about? Being bullied or being fucking called the wrong pronoun.
Not having Wi-Fi.
Not having. I read that story, man, and I was like, oh my gosh, man, like, what would that be like? Again, they live in an area where this kind of shit happens, right? Because they're among free roaming animals.
That's so crazy. First of all,
because here, right, when we build, we push every animal out of the area.
Yeah.
But there
we have exterminators specifically.
But even even the bigger wildlife, right? Like if we start to build, they move on to somewhere else.
Yeah, like hey, you can't live here no more, bro.
But there it's just like, no, we're gonna set up this hut over here in the woods or wherever it is, right?
We colonize everything, bro.
And so they do, like, your kid getting taken, get eaten by a damn anaconda or snatched up by a leopard. Like that's that real shit that the human brain is kind of wired for, right? That the whole like anxiety and stuff, right? It's like that whole fight or flight, like that whole fight or flight thing is very real for them.
Oh yeah, bro.
Whereas with us, I feel like with like anxiety attacks and the things that we talk about, like we talked about, like bullying and whatever, right? Like I feel like we create that kind of shit.
Oh yeah, dude, we have to make our own conflict because we don't have enough of it, bro.
There it is right there.
We create our own conflict because we don't have it, bro. We're bored. I think subconsciously we don't realize it, but we're bored, bro. We're not designed to be this comfortable.
Right.
We're not. We're designed to be like that. We're designed to be in survival mode. We're designed to be like, when's our next meal coming? How do I protect my family from predators? Like that's what we're designed for. Evolution hasn't caught up to this yet, right? And it eventually will, right? I don't know, 1,000 years from now, 100 years from now, whatever that is. Like we will, but we're not designed to be this comfortable, man. So now we just sit around looking for problems to solve, and when there isn't any, we start making some up, bro. Like,
so you figure her, right? So this thing happened, right? This leopard comes in, grabs her kid. immediately she goes into the fight or flight, starts running as hard as she can. Once the leopard drops the kid and the kid's safe, it's over.
And then it's like,
you know what I mean, right? It's the breath, right? It's
we
like
got away with that one.
Yeah, thanking the other villagers for helping her chase down this fucking leopard, and it's over. And meanwhile, we have like cortisol drips because we're worried about getting fired, and we're worried about fucking, you know, Trump being president, or we're worried about, you know what I mean? Like, we're worried about
trivial shit that we're
and we have that cortisol drip, and then eventually we run into shit like cancer, and you know what I mean? Like, things that aren't prevalent in other areas.
Literally, we make up all of our conflict, bro. Like, honestly, perspective is everything. And it's not to belittle, like, mental health or any of that stuff, but I think, again, like, subconsciously or evolutionary, like, we're just not designed to be this. Just chill, just relax. Dude, being a human being in America, like, let's remove all the race components and all this other shit, like, out of the way. Being a human in America today it's a cheat code at life, bro.
That's good. That's a good analogy, bro.
Your life is so easy. I guess in perspective of what humans have gone throughout human history, it's so easy to be a human being in America now, because really, it's difficult to even go hungry. Like, honestly, man, there's so many things, like,
you can be really poor here and not be hungry.
So, like, you're not wondering where your next meal is coming from. Now, obviously, there are some people who go through that, and there's homelessness and mental illness or whatever that goes.
No, but even if you're homeless here and you have zero money and you're homeless, like, there's places where you can go to get meals.
Yeah, you're not, and even from a survival perspective, you're not really. You're looking over your shoulder, but you're not.
Like, yeah, you might run into a boar depending on where you're at.
Maybe, like, it's just.
There's no lions. There's no leopards. You know, a gator might be over here somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, but in most areas, you're right. Like, there's not a lot of things that can kill you.
We are where we are because we're at the top of the food chain.
Right.
Right. So, like, we're at the top of the food chain, and then now everything else just we got rid of every animal that could kill us, essentially. Like, there's very few animals now, because even these people who have nothing, it could, but it's not a fair fight, because, like, we'd win over a bear every time because we have the weapons. Right, like unless you're talking barehanded, blah blah, blah, right? Yes. But we because of technology and because we're able to do things and sort of think and plan and we're able to remember and like what's the thing in Sapiens? Like, there's a thing that separates us
that we come back. Like, we can go somewhere and fail, and then we'll figure it out and come back and fuck you up.
Yeah, and that's the difference between us basically and every other animal,
and even earlier humans.
Yes.
So Homo sapiens versus like Neanderthals, just as an example, right? Like, that was the thing. It was like they were bigger than us, but then eventually we just figured it out. We lose and we go, okay, well, they're too big, so next time we bring a stick.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Like, so they would be able to overpower us, right? But they're gonna outsmart us. So eventually, the brains wins, right? So, bro, dude, are you chasing after this leopard? Has one of your kids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think from a parental standpoint, you would.
Yeah, I'm not helping. Like, I'm chasing after my kid.
You'd be like, damn.
Yeah.
That sucks.
I'm like, yo, you see Bobby Kid get snatched up today? Shit was terrible.
I would imagine if you're in a community like that, I would imagine you would. You're thinking from an American perspective, right? But we see tragedy and we be like, ooh, man, we can't take our eyes off of it. Yeah. But we go, that's fucked up. Glad it's not me. I'm going back inside.
You're so right. Yeah, you're right, bro. Because if somebody ran into your house and ran off with your kid, you definitely would chase after them. They're definitely a bigger threat than the leopard. And we wouldn't think twice about it. But because of the unknown to us, like, from us here in America, living in our comforts, looking at a leopard running off, that shit sounds so crazy to me.
Sounds crazy, bro.
Yeah, I'd be like, it's gonna tear my face off. Like, I'm not trying to fuck with a leopard. Like, why we both gotta die?
He gonna eat me too.
He gonna eat me too, bro. Why you being selfish?
And then you look at the neighbors, they all watching you run by. You like, help me. They're like, we'll call the police.
I'm still recovering from my leopard bites from yesterday. I'm not going. Oh, that's so crazy, man. So you said baby's okay?
Yeah. Everything was fine, man. I just found it interesting because I was like, kind of like your question. Like, I think as a parent, you run after it. But if you're a neighbor, if it's here, right? If you're a neighbor, are you running after it? Probably not.
Nah, you're busting out your phone, bro.
Yep. Yeah, look at this shit.
Look at this shit.
posted on TikTok.
Yep.
It's fucked up.
Oh, dude, that's so wild, man. Bro, I knew it was gonna get to this eventually, man. And I'm glad it didn't happen in America, but I feel like because it happened where it happened, it's just gonna open up the floodgates for Americans. So you seen this lady sued her mom's doctor for allowing her to be born.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
And
Lot to unpack
I couldn't
there.
process that. Tell me how to say it again.
So this girl sues her mom's doctor.
Her mom's doctor, okay.
Because the doctor allowed her mom to carry on the pregnancy, which ultimately led to this girl being born. So she basically
So she didn't want to be born.
Yeah, she's basically saying, so she was born
for
with
wrongful birth.
Yes, that's basically what it is. It's like a wrongful birth. I think that's what they called it.
Is something wrong with her?
So she has spina bifida.
Okay.
But bro, let me take you down this rabbit hole for a second, bro. She...
You know why I know what spina bifida is? You ever seen Shallow Hal?
I knew you were gonna go.
I would have never known what that was if not for that movie.
I started laughing the minute you said I knew where. That's the first thing.
Shout out to Jack Black.
Shout out to Jack Black. It's the same reason I know what narcoleptics are from.
Fucking Gigolo.
Davis
Was
Spade.
it
Deuce Bigelow, man.
Deuce Bigelow, that's it.
Oh my god, bro, dude. So anyway, so this just and do you want to talk about perspective, bro? Listen, I know spina bifida looks like it sucks. This girl's life though looks pretty damn okay. Spina bifida aside, right? Obviously, has something to overcome. The picture of this girl, bro. She's by her horse, and she's a competitive like jumper, right? So already very affluent. Right, probably live a very privileged life. I'm gonna guess, bro. You don't
better than most anyway. Probably
you're a show jumper, bro, for horses. Yeah. You're doing a lot better than most people in life. Anyway, so but because of her condition, sometimes she has to spend 24 hours a day strapped to tubes and whatever to eat and blah 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 blah.
Oh wow.
Dude, so she sues. So she's 20 years old. She sues Dr. Philip Mitchell.
So she's just pissed that she's alive.
Yeah, bro, because he didn't advise her mom that if she didn't take like a specific vitamin, which I think is like folic acid, that the baby would be at risk of developing the spina bifida, which wound up happening. So she sued. She won, bro.
Yeah,
she won the lawsuit.
How?
She said this meant that would have never been pregnant, and some court agreed.
Okay, so what country?
She would have been delayed attempts to conceive. So I guess it's in the UK. Which shocks me even more because they're normally very practical. But I guess I don't know if her mom had this condition, but I guess the ruling was had they provided her with the correct recommended advice that she needed to sort of take more of these vitamins, she wouldn't have conceived at the time she conceived. She would have taken the vitamins and then conceived later on, and potentially
she might have taken the vitamins.
Yes, she might have. So because he didn't suggest that.
So then what? So then he has to what? Pay out? Did you see what the...
Yeah, so resulted... So she said the right to a huge payout. So Evie's lawyers have said the exact sum has not been calculated, but would likely be a big number as it would need to cover the cost of her lifelong care needs.
How about we just correct it and kill you?
Be like, you right.
Yeah, you right.
Get in
we got a shot for that.
Yeah, get Nah, bullets are cheap. Stand on the X for a second. Bro, I always thought America was going to be the one to open this can of worms. Like, I figured inevitably someone was going to sue for something like this. Where do you draw the line?
Fuck,
Where do you draw? Because now you have precedent. So at least in the UK, there. At least I don't know, man. I think legal journals here might be able to reference that. I'm not sure how that works entirely, but certainly in the UK, now you have precedent. So, dude, if you're anybody who has any condition, you could be like, yo, did the doctor tell you to abort me? Because did the doctor tell you to do this or that? Or, you know.
Dude, not for nothing, man. When my wife was pregnant with the twins, one of them had what looked to be like an abnormality in his heart, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly. And the doctor they kind of came down and goes like, hey man, that could mean, Down syndrome and this and that, and just kind of went on the gamut of all these things that it could be, and sort of giving us the option to abort. And then I think we just basically asked the doctor, like, yo, like we don't know. Like we have no idea. What do you think? Because you just ran down like 7 things that could be horrific.
Or it could be nothing.
And he said that too. He's like, oh, this could be nothing. And then eventually the guy just goes, if you were my daughter, I tell you don't worry about it. And then we went with that. We were like, yo, good enough for us, man.
That's so perfect, man. Because it's funny, man. That's like my go-to with doctors.
Yeah.
I'd be like, if this was your wife, your daughter, your whatever, like, what would you recommend?
Right.
And usually I go down that path because, I'm like, I want to know what you would do. And generally,
right.
They're going to give you the... Because I think because it's litigious, I think they go like, I got to tell you.
Right.
And then I can't tell you to abort it. I don't want to lead. I don't want to make you go, hey, go abort this thing. But also, I don't know, man.
It's crazy because you figure if the baby turns out to have one of those, 7 tragic things, then I don't know, like who's to blame?
Yeah, do you sue him?
I say no.
Like,
I mean, I don't think so. Right. But can I go in there and go, well, he told me if I was his daughter, then
so
I shouldn't worry about it. So I took it. Yeah. So I took his advice.
That's so
and
tough,
he misled me.
Dude, I had when my daughter was born, born premature, there was an issue sort of that came up after she was born because she was preemie, but so her gestational age, meaning so she was born like a month early, but her gestational age was like 2 months early.
Okay.
So at some point in time, she just stopped growing, which is why she was born early because the body was basically like rejecting her out.
Yep.
The doctor felt like he should have caught that, but I guess he didn't do like an ultrasound or whatever it was like towards the tail end because he was like, yo, everything's going great.
Right.
And it was almost like, yo, from that last appointment on, shit went downhill. And because he didn't do anything after that, because he's like, you're good to go. Like, no need to see me again for a month. And around that month time is like sort of when everything happened. So like, dude, I remember him being visibly shaken and upset and literally telling us like, I fucked this up. Like I should have known. I couldn't believe it. Like he was telling me. Like obviously you're like the whole paranoia of obviously you have a baby. First of all, you're not ready for a baby. It's like a month early, and then like you to come out and you see all these people rushing to take it, and I didn't get to do the whole like dad cut the umbilical cord or all that stuff. Like he's visibly going like he looked at me and apologized and go, you'll get your chance one day. I can't let you do this right now. I need to get her out of here. And you're just like, bro, what? Like I thought shit was okay. I knew she was early, but like so anyway. So dude, afterwards he came up to me, man, and was like, I should have caught that. I don't know how. And I couldn't believe that he was admitting it because the first thing I thought of was like lawsuit. And I think even he felt that way to the point where I think he gave us back the money we paid him.
Yeah,
dude, I think like a year later we got a check in the mail for the whole thing, like for what we paid. I'm almost certain because he felt so bad. And then on the second pregnancy, he was like super just like, I'm not. He was on top of it. Yeah, he was on top of everything, man. But dude, I remember he apologized 4 years later. The second pregnancy, going like, man, I'm so sorry about the last. And we're just like, dude, she's fine. She's a healthy kid now. Like, we were fine at the time. We were just kind of like, I don't know what to think at the time. She turned out to be fine, obviously a little early, but yeah, bro, I couldn't believe at the time. I'm telling him like, bro, shut up. Like, I'm gonna sue you, dog.
You're taking out your phone real quick,
dude. I didn't have the heart. I don't think I would have had the heart. Obviously, I don't know, man. Circumstances change, right? If it would have played out differently, but I think seeing how genuinely upset he was, sort of made you go, oh, he actually cares.
Yep.
Like he threw away all the whole lawsuit. He threw away all that stuff. He just kept saying like, yeah, I can't believe I missed this. Like that. He was so apologetic and so thing that he never. You would think a doctor would immediately go into like.
So what did he miss? Do you know?
So I guess he missed the fact that she wasn't being fed after a certain point in time, so she just stopped growing, so the body was rejecting her. So in his mind, had I just done one more, had I stuck to like a schedule, say, of like doing an ultrasound 2 weeks later, a weekend, he would have caught it. But because he didn't, because he was like, yo, everything up until that point was perfectly normal, was good to go. He sort of felt like, he goes like, man, had I just done one more check a week or two later, knowing you were that far ahead, we would have caught this. Like, so yeah, so then after that we were there fucking weekly.
If everything plays out the way it's supposed to, then it's all good.
It's all good. So I think in his mind it was just like, I could have saw this had I just, but
Wow,
but it's probably something he does for everybody. Like, everything's good, but usually at this point, things don't go south. Like, it would have gone bad. And it was literally like whatever the last appointment was literally when she had stopped sort of growing. Like, all the measurements were exactly the same, all the weights, all of that were like exactly so. Like, yeah, she was 3 pounds or something like that, Brent. So,
oh wow,
yeah, it's 311, I think is what it was. But
did she stay in the hospital for a while?
Yeah, 2 weeks. Yeah, okay, 2 weeks, like tube fed, that whole thing. So like, scary first time parent.
Yeah, of course.
But I just like vividly remember him talking to me so many times, going, bro, like. Not that I didn't even think about suing him, but because he kept bringing it up so much, I'm going, why would you accept this much responsibility outwardly, right? Like, he wasn't telling us in private. Like, sometimes he would tell us in a room full of people. Like, it's just like, man, I'm so sorry. Like, and I couldn't believe how I think open he was, because I'm so used to people being in the cover your ass mode.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
man.
I think that's what it was. It shocked me that he was sort of that honest at the time, man. Fuck. But dude, like.
Hey, it all worked out, bro.
Yeah, exactly, man. Dude, this precedent, going back to this, man, though, is like, where do you draw the line, bro? If you're a crack baby, if you're a kid with Down syndrome, do you sue your parents for giving birth to you?
Yeah, like what if they knew?
Yeah, because they do now. Unless you just don't go to the doctor, right? You know now if your kid has Down syndrome.
Do you? Or
you have the test.
Or it's now. Like I thought it was I didn't think it was definitive. I thought it was just like there's a high possibility that this baby has it.
There's like a DNA test now or something, or a blood test now that they do that's pretty damn accurate. It's like very high probability, but the probability is like, I don't know, bro, 3 out of 4 kind of thing. Like, it's pretty damn high. So, but again, where do you draw that line? Like, because this girl could have come out fine.
And then, like you said, if that takes precedence here, then how are doctors different? Are they just going like, yep, it's gonna have Down syndrome, like, get rid of it? And
then what's the acceptable sort of margin of error, right? Is it 2%? You have a 2% chance of being a little of having this, and then they decide to go through, and that 2% chance comes through. Do you sue them because of the 2% chance? Like, does it have to be over 50?
Yeah, right. Like, how much information the doctor needs to give you in order for them to cover their ass?
It's crazy to me, dude. And then, like, does a doctor go, oh, you're slightly overweight, I wouldn't give birth to a child right now because that child could have, like, you're going to have gestational diabetes, and then you're going to pass on this to the child. Like, dude, I started thinking about this, and I'm like, it's an infinite number of possibilities. Bro. It's never ending, bro. Like, why? You open up this can of worms, and we can all sue for any. Dude, what if my life just sucks? And I'm born into poverty. You think about all kids who are born into poverty.
Oh, and you live in Texas where they make you have a kid.
And they make you have a kid, bro. You know how many people in Texas are about to get sued in about 18 years?
You didn't have a program for me or nothing.
Listen, Professor X over there better have that same energy 18 years from now. when these kids come back, bro. Like, I don't know, man. That I saw that story and I was just like,
yeah, that's nuts, dude.
Oof. You draw that line, man.
Yeah, you seen these robots reproducing?
Yo, I saw a headline, but I didn't read the whole story because the shit kind of scared me.
Yeah, well, so they've been able to, and I'm gonna leave it as they, because I don't know, you know,
what's the robot pronoun, bro?
What scientists? No, I don't know what scientists did this and what have you, but anyway, they're called Xenobots, and they're basically like a collection of living cells that have no brain and no digestive systems. Okay. And they can put these things, they basically take, they were created from stem cells of your favorite African clawed frogs. Don't that would have been better? Would have been the ones with the hole in the back.
Exterminate them all.
So, dude, they take these stem cells and they kind of put them together, and this thing actually like lives on its own, and when they cut it, it heals, and they can essentially program it to do shit, right? And so obviously it's in a very infinite state. But the headline goes, these Xenobots, and they're not traditional robots, right? They're not metal. These are actually like living cells, right? So
they're basically artificial organisms, sort of, that we created.
Kind of, right. So just taken from another living organism. But they would the headline was like, oh, they're able to reproduce. And even that is very loose. I think that was just sort of clickbait. But what they were able to do was, if they would take additional stem cells and just like take these Xenobots, put them into, we'll just call it a petri dish of stem cells, they would corral these stem cells together and then essentially create another Xenobot.
That's kind of scary, bro.
Yeah. And then obviously it's in its infinite state right now, but future state, they're going, these things are like less than a millimeter long or wide. They could essentially program them to go and do shit in your body. Or perhaps take them, let them go out in the ocean and go, you're going to dispose of all the plastics in the ocean.
To go eat away at.
Yeah, right.
Go in that body and go find out what's stuck at.
Yep.
Whatever. Go eat away at this tumor.
Right. You ever been on that ride in Disney, Body Wars?
Mm-mm.
No?
Mm-mm.
In Epcot? It's like the Star Wars ride where you essentially the whole thing with Body Wars is like you're getting shrunk down into this tiny ship, and you're going to be injected into a human's body, and then you have to go and find. I forget what the hell familiar, it was.
Man, maybe I have.
I forgot what it was, but you have to go in and like, I don't know, eliminate this thing.
I feel like I have maybe.
But
something like that.
They're saying like future state, that's what these things would be able to do.
It's pretty scary though until they decide to start multiplying random. Dude, this is some shit out of a horror movie.
Right.
Like the lab is left unattended. The fucking beaker breaks. This shit. The next morning, the guy comes and the thing eats him, and then off to the races, bro.
Yeah. No, it really is, man, and it's us messing around with.
What a time to be alive
with life, bro. But it's great too, man.
It is good, man. As I'm saying, I listen. I'm for it, man. Keep fucking with the robots. Keep doing all this stuff. Like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, let's see.
Exactly. I'm in that. Like, let's see. I'm also selfish as shit. We've talked about this on here before. I hope this world ends while I'm here. Because I want to see it. I don't want to miss nothing. I got FOMO.
Listen, man, we've been, the human race has destroyed indigenous people and enslaved and freaking genocide and all this shit, man. What's the worst the robots can do?
Yeah,
the same thing.
It's only fitting that we destroy ourselves and then leave everything to the robots. Bro, before we get out of here, man, did you see the lady on breastfeeding on the plane?
Mm-mm.
Yo, so dude, this is so crazy, man. This is I gotta get her name for you real quick. Oh, actually, no, they withhold her name. I think for privacy reasons.
Okay.
But anyway, so she was on a plane.
Okay.
And she was breastfeeding, and they tried to get her to stop, and she wouldn't.
Okay.
And so she kept doing it, and they landed.
That's odd. Why would they do that? Anyway, go ahead. So they land and what?
So they landed, and then the lady was met by sort of like security and like a police force, and yeah, there was all this commotion and all this shit on the plane, bro, because she was breastfeeding a cat. And not just a cat.
Yeah, kitty.
It gets better. Bro, it's one of those hairless Sphynx cats. It gets better.
It looked like a human.
Good. Yeah, look. Yo.
Right? If you're going to pick a cat that looks ain't like a human, it has to be that one.
Yeah, bro. This said... I started crying when I read the quote. She said this woman had one of those like hairless cats swaddled up in a blanket so it looked like a baby. Her shirt was up and she was trying to get the cat to latch, and she would have put the cat back in the carrier, and the cat was screaming for its life. Dying, bro. Yo, how you get...
Dude.
It's an ugly fucking cat, bro.
Yeah, they are. They're super ugly.
Oh my God.
Listen, man, and in keeping with fucked up humans, before we get out of here, Ecuador is officially the most fucked up country in the world.
Okay, do tell.
This dude, he was a 21-year-old kid, got killed. I think he was like on his way to a funeral, ended up getting killed. Anyway, he's a motorcyclist.
Okay.
So for his funeral, his motorcyclist buddies get his parents' permission to take him on one last ride.
Like his body, bro.
His body. They open up the casket and they put this fucker. They sandwich him in between like the driver and another passenger. And they go hauling ass down the road, bro. Dude.
Bro. I'm gonna tell you right now, dog.
Humanity. I don't know, man.
Yo, I like you, bro. I ain't touching your dead body, bro.
Yeah, please don't, bro. Just leave me to the vultures.
Yo, Puerto Ricans do that weird shit too, right? Where they prop people up at like wakes doing shit that they like. Bro.
That's right. We did a story on that a while back, man.
Weird shit. You want me to prop you up on that chair, bro?
No, man. take me to a taxidermist.
We're gonna do one last,
and then fucking just leave me here.
I'm gonna stuff you and put you right there. I'm like, so what'd you think about that, Sean? Okay, let me go ahead and.
You don't feel like talking today?
You're awfully quiet.
Just like the last 2 weeks.
You'll come around. I'm like, good thing I don't shut up.
You can have my hand propped up so you give me high fives and shit.
I'm not high fiving your rubbery ass dead hand, bro. That body creeped me the fuck out, bro.
You can let your dog in here start gnawing at my leg.
Yo, you ever felt a dead body? Like,
no, I don't think so.
It feels dead, bro. Like, I don't even know how to explain that.
Actually, you're right. No, I have actually. Yes, I have.
It feels weird, bro.
Yeah.
No matter what part dead. You touch, it feels dead.
I think I've only touched it like a hand.
Yeah, maybe.
And
it felt like a dead hand.
Yep.
Yeah, fuck that, bro. They propped him up on a bike and rode around town. Yo, imagine he'd have fell off. Did he die from a motorcycle accident?
Not that I know of.
Oh, that would be even like, I'd be like, bro, you're rubbing salt on the wound here, bro. Like,
they bring him back to the casket with fucking scrapes.
He got skid marks on him.
He can't bleed.
He can't bleed.
Like, look at him. He can't even bleed. Put his ass back in the casket.
Yo, how do you do that and just plop him back in? Oh, bro. People are wild, bro. Oh, people are so crazy, dude. All right, Ecuador, man, fucking taking dead buddies for rides and eating guinea pigs, bro. You do y'all, bro. do y'all, bro.
All right, man, on that, tell them where they can find us.
Fuck, man. If you guys aren't following us already, please check us out on at IG and TikTok at the Carbon Footprint Podcast on IG, at Carbon Footprint Podcast on TikTok, the Carbon Footprint Podcast on Facebook, on YouTube. And then follow us on all your favorite streaming platforms, man. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn, Podchaser, GeoSavin, Ghana. I know I'm missing. There's so many we're on, man. I miss all the small ones all the time.
Yeah, if there is a podcasting service that you're aware of, we're probably on it.
Amazon Music, forgot. So don't forget to tell your Alexa to go ahead and play us. She'll do it. Yeah, we're on everything, man.
Love it, man. As always, guys, love you guys. Appreciate you. For those of you who've been with us from the beginning, episode 79, we're on now. We appreciate it. And if this is your first one, welcome. Yeah. And we will see you next week.
See you next week.
Peace.
Peace.